Jared, I am so glad you reached out.
Thank you.
And I love the fact that you not only have the moral authority to speak on this, because you lived a life that I was 25 years old, 26 years old. I wanted to find a way to get back to my high school that I went to. I had a 1.8 GPA, nothing special about me. Class of 1,000, I was graduating class number 8 something. But I graduated.
Yeah.
I love math, and my life was too rough around. Yeah, I had too many issues in my personal life where I just kind of wanted to get the hell out of it and go to the military. But I came out and ended up doing okay for myself. So they invited me back to go to the school. I spoke in the auditorium to 650 people. And then I went to Sandra Bays. I want Sandra something. I think her name was Sandra Bays, the director of psychology for Glendale High School. I said, look, I want to help. How can I help? She says, well, you think you can help? I'll watch you. I said, what? I said, give me your worst students. And she gave me her worst, when I say worst, kids that have challenges, drug addicts, drug dealers, and pregnant girl at 14 years old and all this stuff. And one of the girls, one day, I'm like, so why don't you share with us your challenge? And everybody's kind of going through it. And one by one, they're like, well, here's what I went through. I went through this. I went through that. And one kid runs out, doesn't want to tell the story. Comes back and I said, look, you don't have to share it if you don't want to. Only if you're comfortable. If you don't, we're totally fine. I don't want to share it. No problem. Don't even worry about it. So we're kind of going through it. People are making fun of all this stuff of each other, not her. They're still being protective. She finally says, I want to share with you guys. Great. What happened? I'll never forget this. She said, one day I came home and she's breaking. She doesn't even know how to say the story. So one day I came home. This girl's 13, 14, 15 years old. I came home and my mom found my dad with a needle in him, dead. And after finding out, she took the needle and shot herself, and she died. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh. Everybody in the room is like, oh my God, I'm sitting here bitching about my problems. And, and then while you're talking it happened the first 10 minutes when you're telling your story and I'm reading through this whole thing, 12, 14 years old. I think about, I'm so proud of you and happy the fact that there's an example of somebody like you that witnessed that. You don't see yourself as a victim. You don't see yourself as somebody to feel sorry for. You don't want any sympathy. You're not asking for any sympathy. And you love America. You're proud to be an American. You want to be a good citizen. You want to contribute. You're not here just trashing everybody. You're being very reasonable. You give credit to Cry Help. You give credit to the Mission charity in Skid Row. And you seem like a reasonable guy. And I think a story like that, it's necessary for people to hear more. Now, obviously, when you're dealing with something like that, at any point things can turn around. So you got to stay disciplined, stay in a good community, stay around where you don't think you're untouchable. But I appreciate you for sharing your testimony. And I love the ideas you gave. I got smarter to understand what that really looks like, what gets people to get in, what gets people to get out. And I look forward to more people inviting you to share the story, to ask some questions that maybe I didn't ask. Because I definitely think someone in California who's watching this that gets inspired by this and goes and reads your book, Crooked Smile, which we're going to put the link below. And by the way, whether you're going to buy it or to read it for yourself or not, I recommend you buy it and support it and give it to somebody. Because I'd love to see us support Jared here for the story that he has. But I hope the right people watch this in California and say, this is a problem for those that love California that don't want to leave, and I want to do something about it. And I hope they do. Nowadays, more than ever, the brand you wear reflects and represents who you are. So for us, if you wear a Future Looks Bright hat or a Valuetainment gear, you're telling the world, I'm optimistic. I'm excited about what's going to be happening, but you're a free thinker. You question things. You like debate. And by the way, last year, 120,000 people got a piece of Future Looks Bright gear with Valuetainment. We have so many new things. The cufflinks are here. New Future Looks Bright. This is my favorite, the green one. Just yesterday, somebody placed an order for 100 of these. If you watch the PBD podcast, you got a bunch to choose from. white ones, black ones. If you smoke cigars and you come to our cigar lounge, we have this high quality lighter cutter and a holder for the cigars. We got sweaters with the Valuetainment logo on it. We got mugs. We got a bunch of different things. But if you believe the future looks bright, if you follow our content and what we represent with Valuetainment, with PBD Podcast, go to vtmerch.com. And by the way, if you order right now, there's going to be a special VT gift inside just for you. So again, go to vtmerch.com, place your order, tell the world that you believe the future looks bright. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.